Welcome back, everybody. I know I've taken a little bit of a break here from doing some quarantine yoga. To be perfectly honest, my mental state has not been good at all. And I needed to step away and really recenter myself. And whew, it's been really heavy. And I think I've come to this conclusion for me right now that it's as much of a struggle as we're all going through. I believe that now is the time for us to really center so we could share our light with the world. And it's more important now than ever because anywhere we're going, I know that it has to be done together. So today we're just going to focus on breathing, loosening up a little, and I just really want everyone out there to remember that we need each other, and we need to take care of each other, and we need to love each other, and we need to love each other. And when it's hard and we don't understand what's happening in the world around us, we need to love each other, and we all need to work on this. So if you want to give love out, you first have to give love right here to yourself. So with that thought in mind, we're just going to settle in, and let's do that by placing our hands over our heart and just taking a moment to really ground in where we're at. Letting your sit bones just like roots sink into the floor, or if you're sitting in a chair, into the chair. And then when you inhale, elongate up through your spine, all the way up through the top crown of your head. Like there's a string pulling you right up to heaven. Your shoulders will just gently roll back and down, chin will be tucked. Your eyes will be soft or closed. And just notice your breath. Notice places that the breath moves really naturally and free. And places where your body feels a little stuck. And then begin to notice the space under your hands, right through your heart center there. Probably feels a little tight. A sense of carrying the weight of all that's happening, all the miscommunication and misunderstandings going on. And just feel it. Breathe into it. Give it space. Just focus on bringing a lot of space right to our heart center. And start by exhaling all of the air out. Sealing off your lips, and then through your nose we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Really fill the space. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale on your own count. 4, hold, 7. Exhale, 8. This is allowing us to bring new, fresh air, fresh breath into our body, holding it as we begin to open up through our heart center and any of those little stagnant places. Begin to have the air move around, and then exhaling for 8 to get all of that stagnation all the way out. So you could again breathe in, nice and fast, a 4 count, nice fresh breath. Continue with the circle, continue with the cycle. And as the air sits in your system, as you hold at the top, just focus on opening up any of those little spaces, letting love and light, letting them be known, not running from the uncomfortableness, being with it, be present with it, and then exhale, releasing it all out. Do 3 more rounds just like that, wherever you are in the cycle, 3 more complete rounds. And when you're done, just go back to normal breathing. Hands remain on your heart center. And take another survey of your body. See if the energy, if you've noticed it's moved around or changed at all. And fluttering your eyes open. Your hands can come down to your thighs or your knees. And just drop your chin right to your chest. And as you breathe, bring your right ear to your right shoulder, chin up towards the ceiling, left ear, left shoulder, and back down. Continue in this direction, going slow enough that you are feeling all the tightness, all the places that really need that attention. And if you get to a place that's just really knotted, really feeling it, just stop and breathe there. Go really slow and just breathe through it. Really taking the time. With everything going on in the external environment, now is not the time to run. Now is the time to confront the uncomfortable so that we can all grow. Make sure you're breathing. And the next time your chin is to your chest, take a moment and then begin to move in the opposite direction. Left ear to left shoulder, chin up, right ear, right shoulder, and back down. And again, really listening to what's going on. Don't rush through the uncomfortable. Really acknowledge that it's there, if it's there. Especially during stressful times, which we're all experiencing, our neck, our shoulders, we tend to hold a lot. Next time your chin is to your chest, hold it there for a moment. And then inhale it back up to center. Do a little wobbly. Make sure it feels good. And dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. You're welcome to just breathe here. You could take your left hand, bring it down, fingertips hitting your mat, just so you're experiencing a stretch all the way through. You could gently gaze up and gaze down to find that perfect, just that sweet spot for you. And once you find that, you could hold steady here. You could take your right hand up and over your head, just placing it gently by your left ear. No pulling down, just gentle, simple. And focus on belly breathing. And that means to really feel your Buddha belly grow on the inhale. And on the exhale, push your navel all the way back to your spine. And letting each breath invite something new. Your right hand is up, bringing it back down. You could set it on your right ear and use that to just guide yourself back to your center line. Hands go back on your legs. The left ear will slowly drop to the left shoulder. Second side always feels like you're not going as far, but that's just because we just spent time loosening up the first side. Your right hand, if it feels right for you, can just reach down, creating that nice line, nice stretch line through the right side of your neck. Again, you're welcome to stay here. You could take your left hand, reach it up and over, gently just setting it. And as you're relaxing here, take note, make sure you still have a nice straight spine. We don't want to get sloppy. We want to make sure we're really getting the full stretch. And sometimes, especially when things are really stressful in our life, maybe we haven't been showing up on the mat as much as we should. Less could be more. So take care of you. And taking your left hand off, if you've had it there, put it on your left ear and wobbly back to the center. And just take a moment, feel that. Let's work on our shoulders a little bit and lift them up all the way to your ear, round them forward, all the way press down and back, and then back up, forward, down and back, up to the ears, forward, So forward, back and down, opening the chest. Forward, back and down, opening the chest. Forward, up, back and down. Forward, up, back and down. Forward, up, back and down. And realign your spine. Make sure it's nice and tall. Just feel that. Let's bring our hands right out in front and little fists here. And just begin to rotate your wrists. Straight arms, rotating your wrist. Any direction, just commit to whichever way you're doing. And then reverse direction. And shake your hands out. We're going to place our hands on our shoulders so our fingers are front and our thumbs are on the back side of our shoulder. So just kind of hold them there. And what we're going to do is we're going to exhale as we round our spine and bring our elbows together. And then we're going to inhale and we're going to open our chest. Exhale, round, bring your elbows together. Inhale, open your chest. And I want you to not worry about how fast you're going ever in this as we stretch. I just want you to really focus on working with your own breath. Let's do 2 more. And then let your hands drop. So placing your hands on your knees, or some people, depending on how you're sitting in a chair, might feel better to grab around your ankles. We're going to commit either way you go, counterclockwise, clockwise, doesn't matter. But we're going to start doing big circles. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. You might notice as you go, and we'll switch directions in a minute, so just continue whichever direction you committed to. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Again, it doesn't matter how fast you're going. More importantly, work and move with your breath. And then when you're ready, opposite direction. You'll notice as you loosen up, you'll start to get bigger in your motion. And then breathe back up to a center line. And just feel that for a moment. We've been sitting for a long time, so let's let our feet go out in front of us and just kind of wiggle them out. Let's point our toes and flex. Toes to the nose. Point out away from you. Toes to the nose. Point out away from you. So the last thing we're going to do is get into our hips. You can remain sitting on something. For me, it's better to be on the floor when I do this. We're going to do square. So we're just going to bring your left leg out in front of you so it's even with your mat. Whatever that means for you. Some people it's gonna be hard to get there. So I really want you to work with your own body. This is a time of self-care. So do what works for you. And then take your right leg and I set it just behind my kneecap and I let my right knee fall towards my my left foot. This creates a little square with your body. You can grab a block and put it in between or a pillow, anything that works for you. We don't want to experience any pain in the knees, so really take time and do what's right for your body. For me, as I sit here, I'll begin to open up gently. There's no pressure, so this works for me, but it's really important that we don't have any real tightness that's going to cause damage, especially here in your knees. You are going to be feeling this most likely in the outer regions of your hips. For me, on my upper leg, definitely. So whatever that is for you, find a place for your hands to be. Let yourself have a nice tall back, nice and straight and tall. And we're just going to do a couple breaths here. It's kind of a challenging one. Some people can fall into this, no problem. And other people really struggle. Hips are another place where we tend to hold a lot of stress. So we're not looking to get somewhere in one class or one day. It's just about finding that space that's right for your body, where you're feeling it. And taking the moment to really just be with it. And what we're doing is creating some self-care for ourselves. We're loving ourselves by paying attention to what's happening in the body, and that can be very uncomfortable. And anytime we feel this pain in our body and it brings on thoughts of fear, maybe of things going on in the world, maybe of past experience, it's an opportunity to really tune in, to really dive in and start with ourselves and ask the question, why am I feeling this way? What's causing this? Our bodies are a map that we can navigate, so it's a great place to start. Let's do 3 more rounds of breath here. After that last breath, I'd like to invite you to use your hands to move that top leg off. Bring the other one out to the side and just do a couple windshields, dropping your knees from side to side. And then we'll set up for the other side. This time the right leg will be on the bottom or whatever opposite of what you did. So making it just even with the front of your mat. And inviting your left ankle to come just behind your kneecap. Setting up again, if you need support here, do so. Placing your hands somewhere comfortable. Taking your time to set up. This is a very challenging pose for many people to get into. It took me a long time to be able to comfortably be here. So really acknowledge that. Continually asking yourself, where does my body need attention? And bring attention to that space. We always want to come from a place of love and a place of comfort for ourselves. And that's going to be different for everybody. So really acknowledge that. And if a certain way we're moving isn't right for you, don't do it. You find what works for your body and for you, because it's not about feeling pain. It's about acknowledging the tightness in our body so that we can move through that experience. Breathe. Let's do 3 rounds of breath here. After you finish that 3rd round, I invite you to help take your leg off if that's helpful, and just drop from side to side. Stretch the legs out front. Any kind of last little thing you need to do. And then we're going to come back to how we began when we started breathing. A little more opened up. Just a little bit of work today. Like I said, I haven't been on my mat. I've been really in a place of struggle, and I know that taking in all of the fear and all the uncertainty and all the pain that I'm feeling from the world is natural to what's happening, but it's not serving the world for me to stay stuck there. And I always go back to my yin practice because it reminds me that the only way out is through. And if I can focus on loving myself, I could focus on loving the world. So we work through the pain internally to work through the pain externally. The world needs you, it needs your light, it needs your love. And with that, let's close off. Inhaling our hands as we circle, sweep up, bringing your palms together, and exhaling down through heart center, bowing down to yourself. Growth often comes with discomfort. But when you come from a place of love, it's easier to work through and see the light. Thank you for taking the time to be on your mat with me today. I truly wish you health, happiness, and love.